Okay, now this is a very, very attentive energy, okay? With so much intent, very intentional. Great listener, amazing. You're going to be like, wow, wow, where did you come from, darling? Where did you come from? Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Now, darling, this is the energy I'm feeling this morning. It's like, I don't want you to be worrying about anything, okay? I'm here, like I'm assigned. I've been assigned to you. This is someone that really knows about spirituality, and they understand like the twin flame, twin soul situation, because even if they don't really know the ins and outs of it, it's in their DNA. Like, it's written on their heart. It's written on their psyche. It feels right to them. So this is someone who, no matter if they're a masculine or feminine, they have a strong intuition. Okay, they have intuitive capabilities where they could tap into the emotions of others very well. Okay, they can feel when something's wrong with someone, and they know how to adapt to certain environments. Well, I can't necessarily say certain environments. However, I could say they're just they have an adaptable nature. It's almost like a chameleon is what I'm feeling. They know how to be under certain circumstances, and that is a very powerful partner to be with, just off the strength of knowing. Being with someone that has a deep inner knowing, oh my gosh, that is so attractive. I think that's like, that can be considered sexy. Yes, it can. Okay, so if you guys can come up with reasons why that would be very attractive to you and considered sexy, because it's not always about just physical attraction. Mental attraction to a person is what sticks around for a while, for a long time. That right there, that mental attraction, is that love me long time energy. That's what that is, okay? That's not fly by night. Okay, that is, I'm here. You here, I'm here. We right here. We see an eye to eye. So this person doesn't want you to worry about anything. They don't want you to be concerned about things that can be worked out. Because worry, what does worry bring to us? It could cause a scatterbrain. Scatterbrains are not good because you can't think straight. And if there's an emergency, how are you going to plan out what to do? And what if there's a limited amount of time? Like, okay, you see what I mean? When you have someone that is so mentally stable, thinking together, it becomes like simple, and you become, I want to say symbiotic. Why do I want to say that word? That's not me. Spirit said that. Hold on. Let me see how that, hold on one moment, please. Okay. Let me see. Involving interaction between two different organisms living in close physical association, denoting a mutually beneficial relationship between different people or groups. Yes, Spirit. Spirit got me talking about some biology right now. But it is biological. It is, because, when a person is healthy on a biological level, everything else really kind of trails from that. It's like a derivative. And if your body feel good and your psyche is right, then what you're talking about is going to be all right. Okay? And that's the energy that I'm picking up from this union. It's such a beautiful union, and it's so reassuring to both of you, and this person just wants to make sure that everything is going to be all right. But I feel like the both of you give each other that validation in that way. It's like the internal, I don't want to say confidence. What is it? No, it's that knowing. The internal knowing comes, or the confidence comes from the knowing, is what I want to say. The confidence comes from the knowing, and also it comes from the healthy vessel in and of itself, the clean vessel. When I say, like, even if a person has had their days when they were, not really taking care of themselves, maybe going out a lot and doing all those things that come along with the parties, if you know what I mean? Okay. So once you move away from that and your body is free of toxins and you take care of yourself, everything else begins to align and you begin to feel so much better. So when you have relationships, your relationships even get better, and you're moving from a space of understanding and knowing. And this relationship is so powerful for that reason. Two people in that same energy, they're just powerful together. They're even like more powerful. And it's not in a way of ego. It's in a way of knowing. It's just that deep knowing, and it's very satisfactory to both parties. So this is a relationship that's gonna last. It just will, just because of where the foundation of it. So, when you do the work on yourself and you take time, these are the type of relationships you end up being involved in, because you know yourself to such a high extent that all other individuals that try to come your way, you're going to know better by then. And if they don't align with you, you're not going to let them close to you. You're not going to let them in, because you're going to know better. You're going to realize that they're not in alignment with you. I think one thing that causes people trouble when it comes to them getting into relationships with people that aren't really for them and they're not divinely aligned to them is because it's like out of, I want to say desire, but it's more than that. Out of, now I want to say necessity, but more than that. It's out of fear of being alone. There's so many people that have a fear of being alone, and this fear causes individuals to just be with anybody, basically. The first person that comes around, if they look good, okay, then you here. However, they didn't take into account if that union is actually healthy for them or not. They just allow somebody into their home, into their auric field, into their mind even, and that causes great influence on someone's life. Because if someone is enamored by the looks and they end up forgetting about their psyche, their soul and their spirit, their mind, their body, they're gonna have some trouble. However, with these two individuals, which that would be you and your person, you're very selective now. So you know better not to just be letting anybody in just because they look good. You know where that could lead you. You know that's just your flesh speaking to you, pushing you. And you know that how can I say what I'm thinking? I want to say like the energy of demonic thoughts can sneak through physical desire, or not intimacy, but just relation or situationships. It's sneaky. That devious nature is very sneaky in that realm. So this is why many, or really all, individuals that align with what I'm saying, you must always keep in mind to be careful in that area, especially nowadays, because the rate of STDs is high, okay? And if you want to be able to live optimally, if that's the right way to say it, that sounded funny. How can I say it in a better way? To be able to live with optimal health, I think that sentence is better, then you want to keep that in mind when it comes to how situations or people coming into your life, it can become very deviant if you don't pay attention to how you're moving and who you're allowing into your life. So this relationship that I'm referring to is so solid because both of you have deep knowing, and if one begins to fall for whatever reason and they get thrown off a little bit for whatever reason, the other person will help them stay on track. And that's a true union, because no one's falling, because there's always someone there that's going to lift you up. Okay? That's a divine union. Okay, so that's it for this message. You have someone that is stepping up to really be the one to keep you on track. Like, that's real love. Someone that sees you might be struggling with something and tell you, reassure you and tell you, you know what, I don't want you worrying about that. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out together. That is love. And then you doing the same for that person, that's powerful. And it is something to be thankful for, especially in these times, because many people nowadays, they're actually losing their minds, unfortunately, and we clearly see it. It's not hidden, we see it. So to be someone that is able to keep their mind, that is a gift. Okay? So don't take that lightly, because it is actually something that is very telling of who you are and the potency of your presence on earth. Okay? So that's it for this message. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're feeling my vibe and this message does resonate with you. If you would like to book a reading or a healthy conversation, you can just visit www.milkhoneyRose.org, and I will link the book that I feel is in alignment with this message to this video. You'll see it at the bottom. Okay, and also you can join my membership here on YouTube just to support me. And for those who do decide to join, I do appreciate you in advance. Everything you do, do it with love, and I'll see you in the next message.